Mary Jane. I'm Brendan O'Brien.
I'm Reena Ezra.
And I'm Jordan Fried.
And we are all fried here on the Sessions of Mary Jane podcast, and we hope you are too. And the person who we know is Fried is also our guest who's here with us today. He is a comedian. He drove 90 minutes precisely to come out to us today. Ladies and gentlemen, Jon Beecroft, thank you for being on the podcast today.
I'm getting applause. No,
Yeah,
I'm not used to that.
Yeah, we're going to layer more applause too.
All right, we'll take it after.
How do you? There's got to be like some kind of Pee Wee Herman vacuum that takes sounds back. You probably screamed about it.
Yeah. What's the name of it then? What's the name of the sound sucking vacuum engineered by Dr. Pee Wee Herman?
I don't know. I just literally can't think of anything.
Yeah, it's work in progress.
Sound Sucker 3000.
That's it.
I hope you have to suck it through
Pretty bad.
too.
Yeah.
That's just the first thing that comes to mind. Just Sound Sucker.
Yeah. Were you a Pee Wee Herman fan?
No.
Anti.
It just creeped me out.
Yeah.
It wasn't for
he's
me.
kinda
I didn't
weird,
get.
yeah.
I wasn't shown it when I was a kid, so I didn't process it in a good way. Or I don't know. He's just there screaming a lot.
Yes.
I don't know if I drove exactly 90 minutes.
You know what?
45 minutes.
It was an
We're
amount of
fact-checking.
minutes,
Yeah. We will release your Google Maps records
I
to
do
the
have
audience.
my vaccination papers here. Wait, I brought them.
Look at
Oh,
this
why,
documentation.
thank you.
Yeah, this is for in case I go to a concert later and they're like, "Hey, you need to have this."
Yeah. Because more and more of them are doing that. More and more of the venues are requiring some proof.
75% vaccinated. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. So, well, regardless of how long it took you to come out here, thank you for being here today.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So before we continue on with the podcast, we have a challenge for you.
Okay.
So the challenge will be to name as many items on this list that we'll give to you as you can. Are you ready for your category that we are giving to you?
What do I have to name? Who do I have to name?
Items on the list. So I'm going to tell you what the
He hasn't
category
given you
is.
the list
Like
yet. He was just
boys
telling
or
you
like
general
girls?
challenge.
We're going
No.
to tell you what the list is.
I'm sorry, your first guess was what?
Boys or
List
girls?
of boys
No.
in the world.
We're talking about naming stuff. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, got you.
Alright, so the thing is, you have to name as many Nickelodeon cartoons as you possibly can.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's your list.
You have the entire duration of the podcast to do it. You end this whenever you want to. If we're in the middle of a conversation, you just interject, no matter how important what the person is saying, even if it's what you're saying is important, interject with the Nickelodeon cartoon and we'll keep track of them.
Okay.
And that's the game.
The hardest part is going to be you guys at Nickelodeon, so
Yes.
if I say a Cartoon Network one, you guys have to fact check.
We will fact check it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you worry. We have told many people that no, your answer is wrong. You do not get the point for that. It's a joy we have.
And then you take the Gatorade and just...
Nothing is worth doing unless you could smash Gatorade over someone or something afterwards.
I always wanted to, but I was never... There's only so many moments you're allowed to do it.
Yes.
It's like you have to win a football something.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah. So other sports, it feels weird, right?
Other sports, it could probably work for other sports.
Like
but it's
golf?
mostly-
Like, I was just
Would
about to
work,
ask golf. I was just thinking that.
I feel like it has to be a
Imagine-
physical, like, oh, I'm all sweaty anyway. Like
Yeah.
rugby or I don't know.
Oh,
Like, do they drink
yes.
Gatorade or
Only
rugby?
the sweatiest sports.
Yeah, because then you're just like, oh, I'm covered in Gatorade, but I love being on this team.
But then aren't you
Hopefully,
Yeah, so
yeah,
it,
you're
sticky
sticky.
after?
It's kind of a prank. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
it is right. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's always like the coach. It's
it's
like,
on the yeah.
we're bigger than you.
Sticky.
Yeah.
Hit the showers, coach.
Did you play any sports growing up?
Marching bands, so
Yeah.
no.
Wow.
It's like an
Yeah.
anti-sport.
That's kind of a sport. You have to carry heavy things depending on what you have, unless you're a
You
flutist.
actually have to be really, really on top of where you're going and stepping and
Timing,
playing
yes,
and stuff. And I don't know how I
yes.
did it. I don't know
Was
how I
this
used
middle
to do-
school, high school?
High school.
And you did all 4 years?
Yeah.
And what was your instrument?
Trumpet.
Mm.
Still play that. We're in a band right now.
Ooh.
I will plug that later. There's a show I'm going to be at. You have to listen to later in the show to know where it's going to be. It's a secret.
Ooh, luring you in.
I am using Mystique, the ancient art of that X-Man. She transforms into other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the strategy.
So the Angry Beavers was a Nickelodeon cartoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is one, yeah.
I really liked that one. They'd scream at each other a lot.
Yeah, I do. Were you more attracted to, like, calming cartoons? Because I feel like cartoons were quite loud and rambunctious when we were
Yeah.
growing up.
I feel like
right?
now I'm more attracted to calming or artistic
Yes.
cartoons, you
Yes,
know,
yes, yes,
like
I agree.
Castlevania or like, I don't know, like an anime that's about like a big, like One Punch Man's pretty good.
Mhm.
It's kind of wacky, but it's artistic.
Yeah.
But cartoons when you're a kid, it's like, oh, go and fight whatever, and fucking make jokes but that's what kids want, The kids want over stimulation as much as they can. Like look at TikTok now.
Would it make you anxious?
Would cartoons make me?
Like more revved up than you would have liked. I mean, like ever feel it like negatively affecting you?
As a kid, probably. Like I watched a lot of TV when I was growing up.
Same.
Just kind of, it's like
just absorb it.
Cereal and milk, Kraft mac and cheese, and TV. That's your go-to babysitter.
Yes.
Kind of fills the void when your parents are working however many 60 hours a week or whatever.
Yeah. And you grew up where?
Brick Township.
Oh, okay.
Brick Township, New Jersey. Shout out.
How is it growing up in Brick?
It's how it sounds. It's about how it sounds.
So you're South Jersey.
It's like yeah.
Yeah, I'm North Jersey, so it's like two different worlds.
I
don't really go to South
the Jersey Civil
I've
War,
never
of
been
course.
to Brick.
We want to know more about South Jersey culture.
There's a brick. There's a wall. In Jersey. I don't know.
I guess still being an asshole on the road, but there's more room, but there's lots of Taco Bells, but all the food is awful unless you know like a secret place that's like doesn't even have a menu or anything. Like you walk in and it's like greasy and you're like, I'll get this, and it's like you better know what you want. Like,
has it changed over time or that's the same?
Does New Jersey change? Does South Jersey?
Yeah, like you're saying the food specifically.
Well, I guess I don't know. I'm thinking about like going around. I live in Point Pleasant right now, but it's like right spitting distance. Brick is just a bunch of suburbs, and then you get to a main highway, and then there's a bunch of shopping malls. And there's like a Target, and now there's a Mahwah. They have a Mahwah now. There's a Costco. Yeah. So it's getting kind of New Yorkified or North Jersey-fied. It's sweeping downward. Mm-hmm. It will all soon be a Wawa. All of us will be just walking, talking.
It's just, the gravitational force. It starts up, it's going to keep traveling downward.
Yeah. There's money to be made on every street corner, and the 7-Elevens are making it, and the Wawa could do a better job.
Wow.
That's the real war.
Yeah.
Wawa versus 7-Eleven. Who will
be victorious? Do you have a preference?
Do I have a preference Wawa versus 7-Eleven? Wawa kills it.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's a fair question.
Everybody.
Wawa annihilates.
They make
it's not even fair. That's why they're winning.
But 7-Eleven's just a classic. Like, it's just 7-Eleven.
So dependable. I don't know. The guys at my 7-Eleven don't like me. I had to quit smoking cigarettes because I didn't want to go there anymore. Also, my throat felt awful, but yeah, that's...
Wow, that's a very
8 days since I had a cigarette. I've been using this to kind of... This is a Filthy Labs pen. Shout out to Filthy Labs, thank you. I don't know. We're not sponsored by them yet. These guys aren't, but they could be. They absolutely.
Where are Filthy Labs out of?
California, I'm assuming. I don't actually know. I don't have the box with me.
How does it, can I just go back to the cigarettes?
Yes.
How does it feel not smoking for 8 days?
I feel like I can think better, and I was getting mad over dumb stuff when I was first quitting, and now that's getting easier. Like, you'll just get stressed out over something, but it's not a normal kind of stress. Like, you want the cigarette, and you can't have it, and also something stupid just happens. So, it's like... Yeah. I don't know.
Well, good for you.
Yeah, they're not fun, and they're not good for you, and it's like having a baby. Like, that's not a joke I wrote. That's a joke I've heard. It's like, so you have it, and it's like you hold it for 5 minutes of the day, and it's like, okay, this is nice. And then the rest of the day, you just feel like shit. That's the joke. I think it's Jim Jeffries wrote that.
Yeah, in fact,
the really dark British guy. Yeah.
I had to get
how
off
long?
the Juul.
Yeah,
the Juul?
yes,
Nicotine replacement?
Yeah.
I was thinking about grabbing one of those.
There's a new one that got, FDA, what are we going to do? This is the one you should go for? Views or something like that?
Oh,
yeah, they're still bad. Yeah,
it's the FDA was like, this one's pretty safe. Go for this one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm personally not.
I don't know. It's just way too convenient. That's the thing.
It is, yes.
You can do it
It's super
anywhere.
addictive if
Of
it's
course.
convenient. Yeah.
You can sit in a restaurant and just puff on it. It's
man.
you just have to wait till after a meal to smoke a cigarette. But smoking a cigarette's antiquated. Like doing stand-up. Dude, I feel like
You think you jumped the shark? You think?
With all the entertainment options people have nowadays, it's like it's so hard to stand up there and be like, here is my thoughts, pay attention to me, and really nail it. Like, because I don't know, everyone's got a short attention span, I feel like.
Yeah.
Or literally just mind numbing for like 12 hours a day, you know.
The phone.
The
phone. That's
phone.
what he was saying.
Oh yeah, sorry. I picked up my phone, like the listeners could hear. No, that's a secret joke. That's for the people that came out to the live taping.
So how long have you been doing stand-up for?
3 years. 3 years. 3 years. What do you call it? I have been doing stand-up basically in bar shows from start to now, and occasionally on like shows at the Brighton was good, but now the Brighton's closed. So yeah, I could kind of shoot up and down around Long Branch area doing open mics more, and getting asked on stuff like this occasionally.
Cool.
And yeah.
Is there a good scene down the shore?
No. I mean, no, you know, Angelo Gingerelli and Joey Barzada with Ugly Pancake are doing a pretty good job, because they have 2 or 3 things going a week in Long Branch area, which if we didn't have that, we would have very little to work with. I think, other than that, there's like an Eatontown mic and a couple mics that are more up in this area anyways, but raise the bar. And holy shit. Do you guys mind if I hit that again?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No, go for it. I get paid in weed.
Okay,
so,
wait.
like,
Remind
You
you
get
for
paid in
everybody-
weed? Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
For everyone to light up.
That sounds like a legitimate job that I
Well,
want
we
to
can.
know more about.
Well, yeah, no, I just, I run the late night Hump variety show at Weed Man's Joint on Wednesday nights, first, second, and third Wednesday.
Sounds
For
like
most-
a great show to check out.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
for sure.
You betcha.
We might even be, I don't know, I think I might be trying to make it weekly in the new year, like after Christmas time and New Year's Eve and shit like that, so that we don't have to tell people like, oh, the first, second, and third Wednesday of the month, try to do the math.
Yeah.
Is that hard math though? Come on.
For
Is that really
stoners,
hard?
yes, they're just like,
Yeah.
well, it's like the 22nd, so like, is that the 3rd? Is that the 4th? Like, I'm gonna have to go back to the first Wednesday to see if it exists. Like,
Yeah. What subject in school is the hardest to do high?
So I went to pharmaceutical school for some reason, so it's gotta be microbiome is the
Whoa.
hardest to do high.
Interesting.
I've never taken a biology course high.
Biology,
I
I got the hang of
microbiome.
it. I understood it. It's about my cells. Microbiome, nope. It's just they're teeny, and there's lots of little cylinders that treat the little sites, anocytes, and lots of different things that end in site versus lots of different things that end in cylin, and you have to memorize each one, the best one. But if the best one isn't a good option, what's a good backup? So it was like medicinal microbiome. It was the worst thing I've ever done in my life. It was
a lot of
made me wanna cry.
microbiome, like any other form of biology, like is a chunk of memorization. It's
just this
all
litany
that.
of-
It's just,
yeah.
I feel like that would definitely be hard to focus on while you're high.
No.
It would at least make me be like sporadic mentally.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be,
Yeah. How is pharmaceutical school?
It was rough, man.
Yeah.
I got my degree, but I don't know. Do I regret it? No, because I wouldn't be doing how I'm doing now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have met people that got me jobs, and like it wasn't in my career, but like I worked in my field for a while, and it was really awful. And just you are a cog in a scientific machine, and if you don't generate numbers, it's like I don't know. I wanted to not make spreadsheets, and that's all anyone wants you to do is make spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Can I just clean it and tell you it's like sterile and like work with the machines? Like no, go to the computer. Like no.
Yeah.
catalog everything.
Yeah.
Story, everything. But excuse me, there are people I guess who just really love spreadsheets.
Yeah, they're
Like
data scientists.
accountants or
Yeah.
there's a lot of jobs that just deal with Excel.
They
Just
love that
spreadsheets
movie
every
Pi.
day. They love what?
They love that movie Pi
Oh,
by
that show
Darren
numbers.
Aronofsky.
Oh. That's a Darren Aronofsky I haven't heard of. Is it very depressing?
Oh my god, it's just like
That's not.
it just makes you insane.
Not
it's
Life
like,
of Pi.
No.
Okay.
That's just pie.
The Boy and the Tiger, right?
Yeah.
What the tiger has to do with spreadsheets? How did that segue into that? I was like, okay, sorry guys. Just pie.
Oh yeah, no, it's just like
Pie.
a guy who obsesses over like the math of the universe. I need to rewatch it now that I've like done mushrooms, but
Nice.
For
I
middle
watched it
school,
when I was in high school when like I never did any psychedelics or smoked weed, and I was a very straight edge person watching it, and I was like, this is something.
I feel like
school,
I
I
don't
had to-
understand this.
I had to memorize pi for. You can memorize pi for extra credit.
How
Every
many
single
places?
digit. It's we had to go to the 100th place of pi.
100th.
Yeah.
Can you do it now?
To the 100th.
No, I can't do it now, but I did it then. Remembered everything.
That's
and
a
then
lot
you
of
recited
pie.
it. Like one of my friends, like just wrote a song
Whoa.
at like saying the 100 places. Yeah, like 100 numbers of pi. Anyway, that's it.
Yeah.
That's my fun fact. I
Find the
just
song on Spotify.
Wait, you mentioned mushrooms. I want to do a call out. Joe Weber, you're a bitch. Do mushrooms with me. Get off your work from the bank and come do mushrooms with me.
Yeah, you hear that?
Which bank do you work at? Which Joe am I talking about? We don't know because I don't want to fuck with his job.
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard him,
Good friend.
Joe.
But yeah,
Good
Joe who
friends.
works at a bank, do mushrooms with me.
Thank you,
Furious.
Joe the banker.
Oh my gosh! If you have money, why are you just not doing mushrooms?
Yeah, he's got time. Nah.
What's the point?
If he's gonna hear this and be like, I've got time, motherfucker. I've got time.
How
Oh
have
my
your
God.
psychedelic experiences been?
Pretty great since college, and then fewer and far between since then, though. Mostly in college, I guess, because I had access to it. Really, I was selling a lot of weed in college, so people would be like, "Oh, I have this, but I don't have money. Can I trade you this for weed?" And it's like, yeah. What is that? It's like it's 3 sweet tarts with LSD on them or whatever. And it's like, yeah, okay. And I don't know. My experiences were amazing. I did whatever my parents told me, basically, and believed whatever they told me until I was 16, 17. To the point where I went to college and I would just say stuff to people, and it wasn't based on knowledge. It wasn't based on any kind of research or knowing. It was based on what I thought it was. And yeah, I would just get called out for bullshit all the time. And I realized my parents were just kind of like letting me say stuff that wasn't true, but they wouldn't be like, no, like. So at a certain point, I had to get like my own reality check about it, and I don't know. It made me very introspective. Like, how do I want to be seen, and how do I want to present myself? And now I'm realizing that I'm slouching. But,
On a podcast, they don't care, John.
Yeah, now they know, but like now everyone at home is just like, oh right.
Yeah, they're all readjusting. Yeah.
They thought you had perfect posture this whole way through.
Yeah.
They're like, this guy sounds like he has great posture.
They imagine just like sitting upright on wooden chairs.
Little do they know, all of us are upside down.
Hello there, it's Jordan Freed from Late Night Hump, the person you're probably listening to on the podcast right now. I just wanted to let you know that we are coming back with our interdimensional improv show that takes you through space, time, and different realities over the course of an hour-long show that's made up on the spot based off of your suggestions. Our show is going to be Friday, November 12th, 2021 at 9:30 p.m. Get there around 9 p.m. so you could get settled in. It's at the Players Theater at 115 McDougal Street between West 3rd and Bleecker Streets in New York, baby. We're going to be in the Steve and Mary Skuros Theater, the Players Theater, 3rd floor loft. You will have to have a proof of vaccination, but that should be fine for all of you guys. And these shows are really a ton of fun. They're really the best thing that we do. Do not miss this. Go to latenighthump.com/shows to find the ticket link. Once again, that's latenighthump.com/shows for the ticket link. And when you go there, and buy your tickets, you could use code HUMP to get 50% off. It's definitely worth the code. Do that for yourself. Get your tickets early before the show sells out, because we're only going to quarterly shows now. We used to do monthly. So come on out, fill out the seats, enjoy our first show all this fall. Back to the show.
Thank
do you?
goodness.
I mean, do you feel every kid kinda gets in that trap? I won't say brainwashing necessarily, but when you're growing up with your parents, you're just a condition of your, like culture, or whatever at that time. I feel like I've been saying that phrase constantly because I've been talking about
Culture?
it and thinking about it. No, being a condition of your culture. I feel like I've said that every day this week. Yeah, and like a product of just your family, like everybody, that is your only honest, what's the word I'm looking for? Just like the only basis you have to go off of, like that is your world when you're introduced to the world.
Yeah, and during your formative years,
Yes,
so like
exactly.
you're in this kind of echo chamber with like thoughts and ideas that are accepted by these authority figures.
Right.
And I don't know. I guess I think it fucks everybody up a little bit. Like, there's no getting out of it undamaged, because no one's parents are gonna be like, I don't know, completely loving all the time, completely attentive all the time, help you with every little thing, or not help you. Like there's always gonna be.
Human,
Yeah, exactly. There's
just like us.
like eventually you like get to a point where it's like, oh, I have to take care of my parents more now because. Like the power structure changes, and then you have to see them more as people, even if you don't want to. You want to be stubborn about it, but
Yeah.
yeah, your parents are people, so you should be nicer to them, even if they're dickheads. Like, just you can have a hard time.
Good advice.
I'm gonna smoke more.
Very good advice.
Oh, yeah.
This dude, it's Beetle Rick.
Beetle
Yes.
Rick.
Beetle Rick.
On our
Oh, and the
balls,
headless dude. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
appreciating this more as I smoke it. The snakes, yeah.
It morphs and changes as you smoke it too.
It's funny, I kind of don't like having a Rick and Morty bong because I'm not like obsessed with the show, and I feel like everybody's a little bit of a fanatic who is into the show.
Yeah.
You
I have to
watch
agree.
it.
I have a podcast about cartoons, and I 100% agree with that. It's got way more hype behind it than it has good writing. It's got good writing. I think it's a funny show, but it's just...
It's been good for sure when I've seen it.
Rick,
I'm not a fan.
Rick's character, he's an alcoholic dick, and he's smarter than everyone around him, and I don't know if I really connect with his character very well. It's like I got like this god complex. It's like I've never had enough self-esteem to have any kind of god.
It makes people think. It makes alcoholics think that they are that person. Yeah. Yeah,
like weeby fat alcoholics, neckbeardy alcoholics. The fan base is kind of toxic.
Yeah.
So do you think people relate to BoJack more?
BoJack is
Instead
a big downer, if you ask me.
It
Very
is
relatable. Very he's dealing with like problems that only like normal people could only hope to have. It's like, oh, I get noticed all the time for being famous in this sitcom. I have all this money. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm not happy. It's like, shut up, BoJack,
Yeah.
But like,
Well, besides the fame thing, because obviously that a lot of people can't relate to who watch the show, who aren't a celeb or something,
But also they're like dogs and stuff. It's nice.
Yeah. So, what cartoon or cartoon character do you relate to the most then?
Probably Finn from Adventure Time.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's growing up in this ridiculous, like, it's just impossible to understand all the stuff that's going around him. But he keeps like a good mindset about it anyway, and he has his bud. It's like very pro bro culture, which I'm a big supporter of. I support bro culture, like men supporting men emotionally, which is a thing that I don't know. It's like not looked up. It's like you can't give your boy a hug. Like in some, like in Chicago, like, they look at you funny or whatever, but I don't know, like, I think you should be able to hug whoever you want if they want to hug you, like, I don't know.
I think that's such an endearing show. Like, Adventure Time is so, it is just purely adventurous. Like, it is so enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
And then there is that, like, the characters I just love them.
Yeah.
It's really trippy, too.
Yeah, it's visually, like, I mean, but you have to be, as a cartoon, to be like, I don't know, one to really remember, like, it's about the look.
Yes.
Like, every right? Jimmy Neutron, very different from Fairly Odd Parents. I'm just listing shit for him, sorry. I just caught myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
We're just feeling very generous
I do
today.
this so many times. I
Rugrats
just
was
get caught
one.
up into
I'm not gonna
it.
say it like I thought of it afterward. Like that one's out of the running. That one's out of the running.
SMH, Mary Jane is winning.
Yeah.
Wait, so John, tell us more about the podcast.
Okay. My podcast is called Comics, Cartoons, and Craft Brews, and I co-host it with my buddy Joe, and we are on Spotify.
Joe from the bank?
Yes. That's
Wow,
Whoa!
Joe.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm calling out my co-host because he won't do drugs.
Joe host.
My Joe host. Yes, thank you. I've said that before. I love that.
Great
And
one.
he tried to say John Hans, and it didn't work.
No, that sounds like an SSL.
I thought of mine on the way over. He tried
okay.
to ad-lib it. But every week we do a podcast about a cartoon, and we pick a comedian, artist, or just someone locally that we know who is artsy in general to come and tell us about their favorite cartoon.
Cool.
So we drink beers, and that's the craft brew part. And that's me talking about my podcast.
Is it a different beer every episode?
We try to mix it up,
Cool.
but we also try and support local. We're just very
Yeah,
New Jersey
love
centered.
that. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, all the way.
I feel like I'm more patriotic about New Jersey than I am about this country.
I absolutely agree with that.
That's the
I
most New
feel
Jersey
that.
thing to say.
I
Yeah,
feel that.
yeah.
Yes.
I like New Jersey. I don't like America.
Yeah.
Really? Like, a lot of the decisions on the whole, it's like...
Yeah. Do you foresee? Do you like staying in New Jersey? Like, do you foresee yourself staying in New Jersey for a long period of time? Yeah.
Yeah, or at least the East Coast. If I was gonna go anywhere, maybe like New Hampshire, because it's like nice, but still, I don't know. You can look at like a map of the amount of people that are getting COVID-19 and see the places where it's safe to live
Yeah.
and the places where it's not safe to live.
Yeah.
And it's not safe to live in the fucking Midwest or anywhere that isn't Colorado or the West Coast there, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm not going out west.
New Jersey to New Hampshire. That's what.
That whole swing
Vita
up
did.
to the New Englands, we're doing fucking great. Like,
Yeah.
not to shit on anyone, just we're doing okay up here. Come to New Jersey.
Yeah.
Come
I
to
was just thinking of Sopranos. Now that we finished.
the pizza place. I
What
think of
pizza
that pizza place. They made
Oh.
a bunch of money because there's just the name of the place in the opening of The Sopranos for like 2 seconds,
Yeah.
and the place is packed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's amazing
Good
how
PR.
culture develops like around stuff real quick.
Yes.
Internet, something to do with that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's happened for a while. That is like the thing. Like, just to take it back to cigarettes. People probably smoke more because they saw it so much in movies.
Mm-hmm.
You now rarely, right? Because isn't there a rule or something? Like if you smoke a cigarette, the rating changes
From
in the movie. From right? Wasn't that with Tom Hanks was Walt Disney in that movie?
he was. Yeah.
What is it called? What was that movie called?
Something.
Come on, Brendan.
Saving Mr. Banks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they just had to show him putting it out because if they showed him smoking it, it would have went from like G to R, some PG-13 or whatever. Like they wanted to keep it low rating because so kids could watch the movie.
Right.
So he put out like 20 cigarettes in the movie. Every time it cuts to him, he's like putting out another one.
Yeah.
And then it cuts away. It's like there's smoke on the screen. It cuts back to him. He's putting out another one. Like,
Just like a mountain of cigarettes.
we're just not going to give you this, but we're going to have him smoke like a motherfucker.
You almost see him smoking every single scene of the movie. It's amazing. Yeah.
They used to use cigarettes to imply that the characters had sex on the show. Like
Yes.
they would show them like, come here out, like, and they'd be in bed, and then he'd be like, and then it would cut away to the window or something, gracefully.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes back after commercial. They're both smoking a cigarette. You know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
they don't have to show it. Like I don't know. Like I don't like sex scenes in TV. Not even just like The Room, but like when they just like when they interrupt like, or I don't know, when it's like cutting between actual plot and people making out, It's just like, I don't care, you know, like they could kiss for like 5 seconds and I'd get it. Like they're getting together,
Right.
You know.
You're not watching the TV for the bodies.
No, like,
you're not subscribing to
Just
HBO.
I get it out of my system in the dark and private. Then I relax with a TV show. I want to see some crazy shit happen. I don't know.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of fucking TV.
Wait, what is your top TV show right now?
I like, I watched a lot of Scissor 7 recently, which is a Chinese anime about this dude with a scissor that he controls with psychokinetic powers, and he, like, is a hitman for a bird. And, yeah.
For a bird.
Yep.
A bird hired him.
Yep. It's his best friend. He saved him. He
To
washes
be the
up on the
deadly
beach.
barber.
Washes up on the beach, like, dressed like, fucking, I don't know, a ninja, basically. And then he just, like, has amnesia. It's like, oh, I guess I'm a goofy, like, Chinese dude. But actually, he has a secret future that you have to find out by watching. And they just released season 3, and it's on Netflix, and I love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Netflix, okay.
It has good music. It has good boss fights. It has a boss fight where there's a dog playing guitar, and it's just like... and it's the guitar, like, it's zooming in, and lights are changing behind it, and the main character's like, oh, no. Like, it's fun. It's really funny.
Damn. So you're like a pretty big anime fan, then. Would you say that?
Yeah, I love cartoons in general. So anything animated, really.
Is that a different category? Is that the same category? Would people be offended if you said anime is cartoons?
I think it's anime is anything that's from Japan and of like a certain style. But like I think that splitting hairs over like like getting upset over someone calling an anime a cartoon. It's not a cartoon, it's an anime. It's like shut up, Brian. Like just
yeah, I'm just curious.
But yeah, you can't take it too seriously because it's about 14-year-olds fighting in robots. Like it's not serious.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that's why I like cartoons, because when live action shows, I get people like, this person fucked me over. It's like, I'm going to drive my car. Like, I don't know.
Have you ever thought of a cartoon you would create? You could create. Have you ever thought of...
My thought, it's basically just shapes that like wiggle when they're talking. But the idea was to make it as cheaply as possible. And I never really wrote much into it. Like,
Nothing about the shapes? You didn't have
so much work. Like, you have to write a script and then have people record. And unless you're doing it all yourself, it's money.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I've never thought about that, really.
Yeah. That is, again, the portion of our podcast called The Lights Went Off for a Second, and our guests reacted. Thank you for joining us, everyone.
That's sneaky.
Yeah.
That's a sneaky segment. I'm going to marry Jane.
Yeah, you won't watch any of the late shows and have them all of a sudden turn the lights off in the middle of the show, so I felt like we had to...
but they should do that. I mean, Halloween's coming up. Let's get spooky.
Yeah. Are you a Halloween, horror, anything under that umbrella kind of person?
I watch a bunch of horror movies this time of year.
Yeah.
So like what?
I watched Jason X I'm going to be on a podcast tomorrow. Speak No Evil podcast.
There it is.
And it's about Jason X. And we're going to have them on to do Tiger Sharks.
Jason X is the one where they're in outer space, right?
In the future. It's so good.
Yeah.
Because they just give you everything you want.
Yeah.
It's like they have naked babes and kills them. And then they have, like, the computer, and it's like, it's time to defend the ship. And it turns into Rambo, and then boom, 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 destroys the shit out of Jason's face. But then the nanites come back, and he's super Jason. There's so much good shit that happens.
Except sex. We don't want sex.
Well, no.
It takes away from the plot.
It's a
right, John? We don't need that. We don't need our babes to make out.
I'll take it. It's a part of it for Jason because he hates when people have sex.
He does.
People are having sex. It's like no.
Why does Jason not like that? Is he asexual?
Mom fucked him up.
His mom thing.
Or he's
Sopranos. The Sopranos. The moms fucked these guys up, man.
But like mental abuse, or did she physically abuse? Like
she turned him into a murderer. I'm pretty like the movie suggests that she's like. Kill, Jason, kill! Like,
my god.
So yeah, sexual stuff, forget about it. He's crazy. Like, and also superhuman. Apparent supernatural.
Really?
Well, he like he's like Mike Myers. He just gets shot a million times.
Well,
it's like,
right, yes, yeah.
Oh, I'm back. Like,
But not in
Like-
supernatural powers, right? Because he just uses.
He does. I mean, you don't see him teleport. However, he does get to locations.
We're talking about Mike Myers,
Same
right?
with Mike
Yeah,
Myers.
Mike
No,
Myers,
but I'm
yeah.
talking about Jason.
Right,
they don't.
I don't think
he's
Jason
not-
really has anything but a machete. at
Yeah,
his top.
he's strong. He's a very fit man.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a big
yeah.
face melted. Yeah,
Yeah.
his face is fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which of the monster creatures is your favorite, or the one that scares you the most?
Probably this one random offshoot movie that I saw when I was a kid. It's just called Dolls, and it's about dolls that kill people. It's like these little, like, creepy, like Chinese, like just weird ass
So,
dolls.
Like Chucky, but a bunch of them.
Yeah, and it was like lower quality, but I saw like a legit horror movie when I was like 9, so I
It
was just
scars
absolutely terrified.
It
Like,
scars you.
yeah, they like showed a scene where someone got dragged away, and it's like like legitimately super scared.
Have you watched it when you did you watch it when you were older?
I haven't watched Dolls since then. No,
Because
Yeah.
I'm curious if you watched it and you'd be like, oh wow,
This
no,
is
it's not-
cheesy.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not as scary as I thought.
Yeah, I should probably do that for myself.
Or no,
Face
well
my
you
fears.
could you could just be afraid of it your entire life and never
Yeah.
know, just
Yeah.
keep it in your mind like that.
But what if you watch it and then it actually is as scary
It is
as
as
you
scary as you-
remember,
right,
and then
that
you're even
is-
more scared because you're like, oh my god, I'm an adult and I'm still scared.
That's the risk.
Yeah.
That's the risk.
Are
When
there
was
any-
the movie made? Do you know?
I don't remember.
Because sometimes like the 80s movies, like horror movies are so like not scary sometimes, or if you like the 70s or something, or like they're not the
Yeah.
same as like modern movies now, and sometimes they're very good at using like digital effects or like
Yeah, the Goosebump
Oh,
so the Goosebump episodes, I went
creeps
back and
me
watched
out.
them, and I will say they unfortunately are not as scary as I remember, except for the mask one.
that.
The
I don't
mask
like
one
that
is
one.
legitimately
I don't
still
like it.
really, really fucking scary.
There's bullying in there. They put worms in a sandwich.
Yeah, there was also a killer green mask that stuck to a face.
I know, but still, worms in the sandwich? Yes, the mask I get.
You said Jimmy Neutron earlier, but I want to say Jimmy Neutron.
You can say Jimmy Neutron. Yeah.
Okay.
You like Jimmy Neutron?
Yes.
How many cartoons have you watched when you were a kid that have gotten better with age? Have any cartoons gotten better with age? Like jokes that went way over your head? Or
Rugrats has a good few.
Mm-hmm.
I mostly get them pointed out to me through the internet. It's like, oh, these jokes that you missed when you were a kid, but like, Grandpa says a bunch of crazy lines in that show that
Yes.
they just got away with, like playing Russian roulette and like,
Yeah.
like Space
yeah.
Vixen's 9. Like, oh, that's for
Yeah.
later. Like that's for when you kids go to bed. Well, Grandpa, but yeah.
Well, he was a war vet?
I think he was, right? He was a
Yeah.
Vietnam vet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went out playing Russian roulette with his buddies. It's like, how the fuck crazy do you have to be?
Yeah.
Do that
Also,
for
their
fun?
family is Jewish.
The other side was, I don't know if Stu's family was or not.
Yeah.
So I was
So
thinking,
Debbie?
I was just curious if they had any like, generational Jew trauma that they put in this show that, he's a
Yeah, it's
Vietnam
in the Passover
vet.
episode,
Or the
remember?
house-
And his last name is Pickles.
Yes. Yes.
That's deli necessity.
Yes. And then they went a step further with the younger brother named him Dill Pickles. It's like that's
I love that.
yeah.
Oh, you know what? You know what got better with age? Kablam. Nicktoons.
That's the show.
Yeah.
Kablam.
Kablam is where
I think
they flip a comic book and have all these different mini shows inside of. It's like a structural framework that is a cartoon
Yes.
to show you shows.
It's like a variety show.
Action League now.
Yeah.
Action League now.
That's the one with the little figures. Like one's strong.
Oh,
man, one
yeah.
Prometheus and Bob.
Yeah. Oh, Prometheus and Bob. Yeah.
Fuck. What else was on there? Life with Lucy. They had a bunch of one-offs. They had a Dr. Worm music video. They had a Dr. Worm music video for Them Happy Giants.
Do you think there are any influences that Viacom had being like the Nickelodeon to MTV pipeline?
I feel like Beavis and Butthead. I feel like Beavis and Butthead and Daria and like cartoons in general. That's why they flew on MTV at all. They did a lot of cool shit with MTV when it first came out. And now it's like, have you ever watched it recently? It's like these dudes oh no, you cheated on me, but I had a secret camera. Like, like there's awful stuff with there. Oh, or like, did you ever see Next on
my
TV?
God, that's
and they like have the
classic
bus
show.
come out and there's all these
So
douches
bad,
and it's
yeah.
like, there's no way she'll say Next. And she's like, Next. And then they're in the middle of the date. She's like, you know what? I'm not really feeling this. Next. Like, we're like, they'll walk off the bus and be like, Next. It's like, what? You get the guy shot.
We were just started watching the Brittany Murphy documentary.
Oh.
Speaking of Jersey, but like also it just shows like what a weird time we grew up in, like just like with celebrity and sexuality, just like in the media and just like all of that shit. And just like how crazy it was for celebrities and just the obsessive celebrity culture, but it was like just like body obsessed culture and like
They drove Britney Spears fucking crazy.
Yeah.
All her handlers on top of her, and she's just like, please, I just want to be normal. And they're like, no, let me do your hair. And she's like, I'm gonna shave it all out. Like, no, it's too much. It's fame, too much about fame, and like, it's like a disease. There are all these people on TikTok like dancing, and they're like, I'm gonna get a bunch of followers. It's like, why? Like, I don't know. Like, for what? Like, there's a guy who like, what does he do? He fucking like makes like mac and cheese, and then he goes like this to like some weird song.
Just karate
Millions
chops?
of views. Millions
Just
of.
karate
I don't
chops?
understand it.
Wait, what is he doing with the mac and cheese?
He's
Like,
just chopping.
So he makes mac and cheese, and he like, there's a song playing, and it's like getting all hyped up, and he like stirs cheese into the macaroni, and there's like just not enough cheese. He like just a little bit of cheese. And he stirs it, and then he takes a bite, and he's like, and then the music picks up, and he's like,
Oh, that's his, like, dance?
But he just does a happy mac and cheese dance.
Oh.
Blew up. I don't know. That guy could probably be on Cameo now.
Did you enjoy watching this video of him
Yeah,
chopping
yeah.
cheese?
Actually, yeah, I did at first.
So is that
But
how
then he
it
made
was?
so many. I don't know. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I enjoyed it for a moment. I just, there's like too much obsession with getting famous. I don't know. I think even if you are well known, it doesn't necessarily make your life better. Like, or you'll have new problems that you have to deal with. Like, I don't know. Like, I need to work on myself before more people can know about me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes. Yeah.
So, I haven't really been hitting the comedy scene as hard as I have in the past.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, making the circuit, doing a bunch of open mics, and
Yeah.
crap.
Do you miss not seeing, like being around as much, or like do you like yearn for being on the stand-up stage?
Yeah. Well, I'm in this band right now, so it's like I'm practicing, and I had a really busy summer because I was lifeguarding, but we were so short-staffed that like every day they needed people. So, you know, you're out in the sun for like 8 hours, and it's like, all right, well, if I leave in 2 hours, I can make the... No. Like, I just don't want to go try, you know?
Yeah. How long have you lifeguarded for?
5 years? 4 or 5 years.
And of those 5 years, how many times have you had to jump into the water?
Never,
not once.
Nope.
Wow, good lifeguard duty.
Yep,
or
right.
bad lifeguard duty because you didn't guard a single life. You didn't.
He convinced people to not put their lives in danger with his voice.
He's guarded them.
Yeah, a couple guys that made off-duty saves this season. But, wait, no. Yeah, off-duty saves during the season.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, people are stupid even when there's not lifeguards around. That's actually when they die. It's like when there's no one around, and then it's like, I guess I could just swim my own risk. And then it's off into... This is just laughing the whole time as they swim away.
Like, we're going back, but we're having so much fun.
The PSA, the weight.
It's like you're looking from the beach and they're like way too far out, and you're like, "What are you doing?" It's like, "No, come on, come on." Like, okay, I can't gesture.
Right, he is waving them in.
Yeah,
For
sorry,
those of
no.
you listening at home.
Sometimes if you ever forget your whistle, you have to like stand up there and be like, without a whistle, you need to always have it.
His arms were going from 180-degree angles to 90-degree angles.
Yeah. And then I did a backflip.
What?
Did you guys see that?
He landed on his head and then just like spun around like a little bit, like he was like a.
He started breakdancing.
Yeah, he's still going.
All right, I can still talk while I do this though.
For the rest of the podcast, guys, he is going to be spinning on his head. This is a miraculous feat.
So too bad we don't have video, man. You guys should really see this.
No,
I've never breakdanced like this before in my life.
Whatever you see in your head is exactly what's happening. So when
His dance is breaking before our eyes.
Dance is break.
when did you get into the band or join the band or form the band that you are currently in right now?
So it's like a little side project, and it is Vin Brew's doing. He's a comedian in the NJ area. You heard of him? I know I got recommended onto this podcast by Kate Hester. Thank you, Kate. She's lovely. I have been in the band, like 2 months, and we just played our first show the other week at Whitechapel Projects.
Cool.
So we
So-
blew the top off the place.
What are the other instruments that are featured in the band?
So I'm on trumpet. We have a bass guitar and a bass. Wait, no, I just said bass. We have a guitar. We have a guitar and bass.
Stand-up bass.
We have
We have
another
a bass fish.
No, drummer, keyboardist, trumpet, me. Okay, bass, guitar, and then also the singer Vin, and he plays guitar too.
Cool.
I did it.
You did
We're,
it.
we're a 6-piece.
What type of music do you guys play?
It's weird. It's like rock and rolly, but also, I don't know. It's like there's parts where he raps, but there's
Nice.
parts where it's more of like a bluesy, like I'm sad song. But then there's a song that's like like punk rocky, you know, like I
Just
can't
stick
really
with rock and rolly.
Rock and
That's
rolly.
what kind
But
of
they
music
threw
you
a
play?
trumpet in
Rock
there.
and roll?
Yeah.
No, rock and rolly.
What is the trumpet's role in a band?
In this case, I'm just trying to spike important parts and really, like, nail like crazy parts so that it has more emphasis. I have a couple parts that are just me, but it's like at Vin's discretion. I'm just trying to help fill his creative need. Because I don't know, it's something about that's very nice. It's like I don't have to write anything, I don't have to think about anything. He tells me this is the parts. I'm doing it.
I know, we're all cursed with the curse
Also,
of
your
puberty is back.
Your voice cracks kind of sound like a trumpet a little bit. I like them. Yeah.
Yeah, puberty like a trumpet. Anyone ever told you that before?
Well, his kind of sound like a sousaphone or like a tuba or something when his voice cracks.
Yeah.
But what about
Brass dick.
how's playing the trumpet in a band like this differ from playing the trumpet in like a marching band setup?
It's way more fun. Marching band was just this school like activity, and we played stuff like I don't know, like Thriller. And I don't know. It's like I like.
We were a
like
Michael
it.
Jackson cover band. Yes.
Real well.
I liked parts. It's like, oh, we did Chuck Mangione. It's like that's nice. I'm like 15, 16. I don't really know shit about Chuck Mangione. You know, like I don't know. Everyone at home's like, oh, Chuck Mangione's a genius.
They're very upset.
It's also because marching band was a little bit more structured than your band. Obviously, the band you're in.
Yeah, we had a practice tonight. I got off for it because I was like, hey, I got invited on a thing. I'm like, okay.
Well, we're all
But also, I mean, like freedom with while you're playing, like the feeling. Would you say? Is,
you just kind of look to direction from the other guys more than like a drum captain, you know, who was like. Very,
He's waving his arms, everyone.
This is a high schooler who beat out every other kid that wanted to be drum captain in the whole band, so you know that they're gonna get up there and just really go ham.
Yeah.
The little stick.
The stick.
Sometimes they will. Sometimes they'll do it like
yeah.
Or they'll direct like to get louder by going like this and shit. Like it's just so much. And you like see them like working on their. It's like they could do it forever. Like they're just so good at it. And no, with this, I'm just like looking at this guy, and he's like, "I'm gonna really play guitar hard now." It's like, okay. It's like, okay, now you do the drum. Okay, just fucking. All right, now it's literally 6 guys, so we could just pass it around. Like, and if it's like you need to end the song, it's just like end the song.
Cool.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I don't know.
Do you have shows coming up?
Yes. I'm gonna pull out my phone because I actually.
This is the
Did
mystique.
I turn it off? No, I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna
I mean,
tell you.
everything's
November
in the description.
4th. At Red Tank Brewery is the next time we're playing.
Where's that?
It's in Red Bank.
Nice.
Red Tank
and Red Bank. Nice.
Can't possibly forget.
Cool.
Because
Awesome.
the alliteration makes it so memorable. But we're gonna, play. We had comedy before the last time. I don't know if we're gonna have comedy this time. Vin hasn't made his show poster yet. But
Cool.
we're gonna play some music.
Cool.
Sounds like fun vibes.
Yes, because Red Tank has really good beer. They're a really good brewery.
What are your top 5 New Jersey breweries?
Ooh, okay. Last Wave. I like Kane. I like Tom's River Brewing Company. Tom's River Brewing Company. Yeah. Fucking great.
Wait. Can we get a specialty beer also? Like why you like them, if you can? Yeah, because that's part of your other podcast, right?
Okay.
I'm like, I don't drink a lot anymore, but like, I'll still drink a good beer.
From the Last Wave, I like the 5-4. It's like a coffee porter. It's really good.
Now you're speaking my language.
Yeah.
All right.
They have a lot of good ones at the Red Tank. There's a brew pub, so they like brew their own beer. They had a stout with peppercorns in it the last time I went.
Whoa.
So that was pretty good. I forget the name of it, but yeah. Fucking Tom's River Brewing Company has a Mexican dessert beer. It's called Mexican Dessert, and you drink it. It tastes like a cinnamon funnel cake.
Ooh,
Basically,
yeah.
That's basically what it tastes like. So, if you can, I can drink like one of those.
Yeah, for sure.
And then like I have to eat like some bread, like just take it easy. But yeah, I think that's all I can think of.
No, those are amazing.
Yeah.
That's already great recommendations for our regional listeners and drinkers. Some people just drink like 8 beers while they listen to this podcast and just pass out while they're listening to it. They don't really like marijuana.
Doesn't matter if you're smoking or you're drinking. Better also drink some H2O.
That's right.
Just gonna slip that in there. Everybody stay hydrated.
Rocco's Modern Life.
Yes.
Shit.
Oh, how many does he? Oh,
I have not been doing it at all.
You're doing it way more.
How
than
many does he
everybody
have
else
so
does.
far?
Yeah.
Can I know?
Yes.
Like 4.
So I have a question. So like, Kablam is a show in itself. But like, do the mini shows within Kablam count, or is like Kablam is the show?
That's way too many.
Kablam is the. Brendan.
That was
so dumb.
Unbelievable.
That's the most stoner brain question we've had from a referee.
Unbelievable.
Wow, sorry, listeners at home. I'm with a group of geniuses apparently who all fucking knew the answer to that question.
Got a mutiny happening.
You got 6-1. You got 6 fucking shows.
One more strike, Brendan.
I'm just saying,
And you're out.
if I'm gonna get claimed
Is
for
that why
one
there's a
of
hole in the
bits,
window from the last time?
Yeah. That was our PA actually that we threw the
Next.
That's how they can improve that show. They have like a little springboard they're sitting on. Zing.
Wait, so how many did you have?
6.
Oh, see, more than 4.
Is that good? I don't know.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
standard.
There is no good or bad, best or worst. There's just a range. It's whatever you get in your.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
That's
one.
Nickelodeon.
We've had 0 to 92.
Wow.
And people have
was
just,
92 the comedy places?
No, that was bodybuilders.
Bodybuilders.
Someone named 92 bodybuilders.
Everyone's very shocked when they hear what the category was.
Yeah.
Yes,
That is encyclopedic knowledge.
Yes,
Yeah.
it really was.
Yes.
I smoked a lot of weed after I sat down here. And thank you, but I mean, I trying to remember Nickelodeon specific. My Cartoon Network was my jam, so fuck,
Did you watch any of the live action Nickelodeon?
Yes.
Were you a Drake and Josh guy?
I remember Drake and Josh. I remember they had good banter together. Keenan and Kel,
Yeah.
too. They had a great thing going. The orange soda. That became kind of a stereotype. It was bad, but remember, like how Kel loved orange soda. Yeah, but yeah.
Interesting.
Like black people like orange soda. No, like
Yeah.
But also he put the screw in the tuna.
He did. He dropped that screw in the
I
tuna.
remember that.
Does your podcast avoid racist cartoons?
No,
You guys
because
have like Nazi episodes.
we haven't had any cartoons suggested to us that have had specific like really bad episodes. Like, I guess we had Bugs Bunny, so he's had moments where he's fucking pretty bad.
Yes.
But we don't like bring it up specifically to talk about it, but we will mention that he was pretty racist. Like,
Yeah.
you don't want to dwell on it too much because it's Bugs Bunny. Like, you want to kind of forget, but you're not. No, you shouldn't. But like, still,
It's the history
But
of the
also-
American
It did happen.
frontier.
But
it was
also,
that way.
it's a drawing
Yeah.
that had right. So it's like, who's behind
Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Like,
The bunny was racist.
Yeah, don't try to excuse his behavior, Reena. He's a buddy. He's a buddy that you love.
Although the bunny is probably
Who wrote the
trans, so
material?
progressive in other ways.
Mel Blanc or whatever his name, he performed it, or he did the voices, or not just the people who were the voice actors, but like the creators. I'm
Chuck,
talking
you
about.
talking about Chuck Jones?
Yeah, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Also, in quotes.
In quotes, yeah.
You know
Stage
what
name
he's
for Bugs
talking
Bunny.
about? Although Yosemite, he's probably racist. Yosemite is definitely
Oh,
seems homophobic and
Hey, he's big Second Rights Amendment.
he's big.
Second
He's
Amendment
big.
rights.
Second right.
His gun,
Oh
his
my
bullets all
God.
have faces and personalities. He shoots them, and there's like a dopey one and an angry one, and like that shit was
fair.
dumb.
Yeah.
Those were the people who got mushrooms first
Yeah.
in America.
Animators.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
well probably
And
just artists
musicians,
in general
yeah.
who were in like art school, and then they were probably taking them, and they
Jazz
were like,
people
"Oh,
got
I
a
should
lot
make
of
a
heroin.
cartoon."
Yeah.
But like, I mean, when you look at the OG cartoons, though, you have like just the orchestral pieces that they had coinciding with Bugs Bunny episodes that are playing throughout it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
so many shows after that pulled from Bugs Bunny.
Yes.
Like just to, how they did things, whether how like Tom and Jerry, a lot of similarities.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just with like how their bodies would get squished and smashed and whatever when they were like going through shit, the beef between certain characters.
Yeah, mice and cats had never existed before cartoons. You know that? They just believed in it.
Dogs and cats. Jeez.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
innovative.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is that one that doesn't count?
No.
Dogs and cat.
No, that does
That's
not
not the
count.
name of
That
the
doesn't
Nickelodeon
count.
show.
Oh wait, is that Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network?
Dogs and cat is not the name of it.
No, but the one
Oh,
I'm
Miss-
thinking.
yeah.
Mr. Meaty is a Nickelodeon show, but it's bad. I'm starting to think of bad ones.
Bad in
now.
what way?
But bad and like Mr. Meaty is like, I wouldn't show it to my kids because the faces on the characters are creepy. It's like to start with, like like.
Oh, I remember Mr.
Mr.
Meaty.
And
Yeah.
then the plot is really bad too. Like Fanboy and Chum Chum really bad. The marvelous misadventures.
Wait, is that considered a cartoon or are they puppets? What is their material?
Yeah, if they're
are
I
they
don't know.
claymation?
They're
Oh wait,
puppety.
does that count? Yeah.
It might not.
It's animation.
It's animated,
Right, it's
yeah,
animated.
true.
Yeah.
They're just overcoming the awkwardness of being teens.
The Mighty Bee.
from food.
The Mighty
I've never heard of Mr. Meaty.
Yeah,
I've
you
never
should.
heard of that.
You shouldn't either. It's it's bad. Oh wait, my cousin Skeeter.
Oh, because
Oh,
no, that's
my
live
God.
action though.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Very good show,
He's
though.
a puppet thrown into live action.
Yeah.
I'm just remembering. Fuck.
Yeah.
My cousin Skeeter.
That was a great show.
Doug.
Yeah,
Ren
no,
and
Yeah.
Stimpy.
That kind
Shit. Doug, Ren, and Stimpy. There was a whole four Rugrats I already mentioned. That was a part of it. There's a 4 cartoon lineup that started Nickelodeon Nicktoons out. What was it? Doug, Ren, and Stimpy.
Did you watch The
Rugrats.
Orange Years?
The
documentary?
Orange Years. No, that's about
It's on
Nickelodeon.
Hulu.
Yeah, about the
Ooh.
Orange Years, not old Nickelodeon. It stops right before.
Oh, the orange.
SpongeBob
the orange
SquarePants
years.
takes off.
I thought you were
Yeah.
saying the orange ears.
Oh yeah, there were orange years there.
Okay.
And they stuck slime down it. No.
It's like
Boy.
it's just the very initial beginning, of Nickelodeon.
The good times. The slime times.
Yeah.
So many great times after
Yeah.
that though. It was kind of crazy. The doc ends right when SpongeBob, like they had so many hits. even before SpongeBob.
Oh,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And that empire just kept growing.
Well,
It's
yeah.
insane.
That's why kids could easily sit down and watch like hours of cartoons. I mean, I guess they still can now, but it's different because you can go on YouTube and find what you want. But like
Yeah.
the Nickelodeon lineup was just like stacked, like back to back to back. So like
Yeah.
they would show you what was coming on the entire night. You're like, I'm just gonna watch Nickelodeon, or like I guess Cartoon Network did the same thing too.
Yeah.
At certain points, it was like Disney Channel, Cartoon Network, and Nickelodeon were all like
Channel 31,
they had, like, some
32,
great
33,
stuff.
right?
Oh, yeah, that couldn't have been a coincidence.
That was not,
They
no.
knew you were going back and forth, and they were all getting their views in, right?
It's so, the channels are so close.
They
It
are.
had to be designed that way.
Yeah.
God,
But also their studios were amazing. Like,
Cable was so
Nickelodeon-
long ago.
Yeah.
Flipping
It does
through
feel so
channels
long
with
ago,
like
yeah.
a remote and the TV winks at you. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. It was.
I do not have cable in my house.
We don't either.
I just
Well, we have sling. We're not really cutting the cord that
Slinging it.
much.
I rarely ever go on to Sling unless I have to watch something that's only on cable. Like, didn't we don't go on Sling for like the Oscars or the Emmys or stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
You
We
can
also
get on a
have
streaming
antenna.
service. Huh?
Yeah, we have an antenna for that too.
Oh, yes. Yeah, weird. Antennas now, you can just plug it in the back of your TV.
Hey, but antennas
It's
have
a
always been
thing.
around though. People,
Is that how that works? You just
Yeah, we
plug
got
it
one.
as an antenna.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
yeah,
We
but
watch,
not.
we watch SNL through here.
Yeah, it's not
We
rabbit
watch it,
ears.
right?
It's
So,
like just like a
yeah.
flat piece
Yeah,
of plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's not the antlers.
No,
Or the
antlers.
dish. Or, I'm thinking of like,
Rabbit
they look
ears.
like
Rabbit ears,
antlers or rabbit on the old TV boxes.
Also Sunday
know?
football.
Nice.
It's like the one last thing that you could get for free through the air. It's like a couple of football games on Sunday. They've basically taken everything else off of those 3 networks.
Yeah, what do you get? Yeah, there's no just kind of like, TV for,
Yeah.
They took away free TV.
Yeah.
You get Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, of course.
Because I remember they had that, like, that
Look at
period
his
where
face. Wow.
because they were transitioning into like everything being digital, and there was that period where they were like, all right, guys, you know how you used to be able to just like plug your TV into the wall and you got cable. At this point, we're going digital, and then you would hold on to it for a certain period of time, and then if you got like a new TV or by like a certain date, then all of a sudden they was like, yep, no, but unless you pay for a service, you are not going to get cable out of the wall anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a delight, man. Thank you
Oh,
so
yeah.
much for being
This is
on.
wonderful.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. Would you like to plug anywhere that people can find you, and then again any shows that you have coming up and places that people can see you?
Okay, so I'm on Instagram as Jon Beecroft Snacks.
Oh, by the way, fuck, we went through this whole show. I didn't. Okay.
You didn't
I
give
can
us
do
your
it now.
snacks?
Oh, he
jalapeno
brought
popper.
the oh my
Whoa,
god!
Goldfish.
Jalapeno popper goldfish.
Wow, we are not
Whoa.
That
ready.
smiles back.
That's for the table.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We will definitely enjoy those. We enjoyed having you on.
I love to snack here, so that's like my good deed as a snack elf. But no, I'm Jon Beecroft Snacks on Instagram. We have a show coming up the 4th.
I believe I didn't turn my phone on. Wait, yes I did. So I could probably find out exactly when it is. But it's at Red Tank Brewery. I think it's the 4th. You can look it up. It'll
Cool,
be in the
awesome.
whatever.
We'll throw all that information in the description.
Yeah.
Also, we're getting deeper into November on our end, so make sure you get your tickets to the Players Theater show by going to latenighthump.com/shows if you haven't already reserved your tickets.
That's right. And just keep listening to this podcast. Listen to the Morning Shower every weekday. We give you some news and tell you about what you're going to expect for the rest of the day. Reena, last thoughts.
Good night.